huge lightning bolts, giant hailstones falling from the sky, and winds unlike anything we have ever seen before. This is not just another disaster movie. It's a glimpse into our own future. Are we ready for the onslaught of ever more monstrous weather events? Earth's climate is a delicate balance, and it is very easy to disrupt that balance. If we continue to warm the Earth, it could trigger a chain reaction of runaway greenhouse effect, reaching a point where we lose control and cannot reverse the damage. This would result in the vaporization of more oceans, increased ice melting, and the release of more trapped gases, making it impossible to stop the process. Are we prepared for this new world we're creating? Numbers don't lie. And the figures we're about to discuss are truly alarming. The heat is on and it's turning up. Heat waves are becoming more frequent and more intense. In the last decade alone, we've seen a startling 50% increase in the number of severe heat waves compared to the previous decade. As if that wasn't enough, the wet is getting wetter. Floods are sweeping across the globe with a frequency and ferocity that's hard to comprehend. In the past 20 years, the number of significant flood events has more than tripled. And let's not forget the wildfires. These fiery beasts are consuming our forests at an unprecedented rate. In the past 2 decades, we've seen a doubling in the area of land scorched by wildfires. Wildfires consumed areas the size of countries, all turned to ash. It's not just the hit either. The frequency and intensity of extreme weather events have been on a steady rise. Over the past 50 years, the number of recorded hurricanes has doubled. These aren't just gentle sea breezes we're talking about. These figures paint a picture of a world under siege. These events are not isolated to one area or one country. This is a global problem. From the bustling streets of New York to the serene landscapes of the Australian outback, no corner of our planet is immune. These numbers are not just statistics. They represent real lives and real homes lost. The increased frequency and intensity of these extreme weather events are a stark reminder of the urgent need for action. We can't afford to ignore these alarming trends. After all, we only have one Earth. And we might only be at the beginning of an era of monstrous storms from which there's no turning back. How severe can things truly become? But what's fueling these extreme weather events? The answer lies in the greenhouse effect. Imagine the Earth as a greenhouse, with the atmosphere serving as its glass walls and roof. The sun's heat penetrates through the glass, heating up the interior of the greenhouse. While some of this heat is absorbed by the Earth, the remaining portion is reflected back into space. Yet the glass retains a portion of this reflected heat, hindering its escape and thereby maintaining the warmth within the greenhouse. This effectively illustrates how the greenhouse effect operates on our planet. Now, imagine if we were to thicken the glass, trapping more heat inside. This is precisely what is occurring due to the excessive amounts of greenhouse gases we are releasing into our atmosphere. These gases, primarily carbon dioxide and methane, act like an additional layer of glass, trapping more heat and gradually warming the Earth. This rise in temperature doesn't just mean hotter summers or milder winters. It's disrupting the balance of our planet's climate system, leading to more frequent and violent extreme weather events. Think of it as stirring a pot of soup. The more you stir, the more turbulent the soup becomes. Similarly, as we heat the Earth, we're stirring the pot of our climate system, creating a concoction of extreme weather phenomena. We're seeing more intense heat waves, longer droughts, heavier rainfall, and more powerful storms. These aren't just random occurrences. They're the direct result of our planet's rising temperature, fueled by the greenhouse effect magnified by human activity. The average surface temperature in 2023 reached a record high since record-keeping began in 1880, with the Earth being approximately 1.36 degrees Celsius warmer than it was in the late 19th century. While this might seem insignificant, it's enough to have set off a chain reaction of climatic changes. And if we continue on this path, scientists predict that the Earth's temperature could rise by up to 4 degrees Celsius by the end of this century. As the Earth continues to warm, we can expect these extreme weather events to only get worse. Can we survive what lies ahead? As a consequence, we may start seeing an increase in supercell storms, which are violent and large thunderstorm complexes. With more thunderstorms, there would be a higher risk of lightning strikes. as well as unusual weather phenomena like ball lightning and rare gamma rays occurring high in the sky. These changes would make everything more intense and unpredictable, affecting areas that have not experienced such conditions before. If these gamma rays begin to strike the Earth, even individuals in supposedly secure underground bunkers could be exposed to harmful radiation. Furthermore, the intensification of supercell storms could lead to larger and faster hailstorms, causing significant damage to roofs and car bodies. Supercells are also known for producing one of the most deadly weather phenomena, tornadoes. With the worsening of supercell storms, we can expect higher wind speeds and more frequent tornado events, even in areas where they are not typically formed. However, all of these phenomena pale in comparison to the wrath of the ultimate menace, the catastrophic force unleashed by the most terrifying weather phenomenon known to man. Hurricanes. As the seas warm and evaporate into the atmosphere, we will witness the most potent hurricanes growing even stronger. These hurricanes could develop into hypercanes, expanding to cover larger areas as they continue to intensify. We are incredibly fortunate to have Earth, especially when we consider the conditions on other planets, such as Jupiter, with its wild storms raging for centuries. The greenhouse effect on Venus has transformed our once twin planet into a hellish world, now the hottest planet in our solar system, plagued by monstrous storms that seem straight from our nightmares. If we are not careful, we could gradually transform our planet into an increasingly inhospitable place with over 70% water, potentially hotter and far more inhospitable than Venus. Theoretically, a hypercane on Earth, fueled by a rising heat supply, could grow and sustain itself through continuous, non-stop destruction for years, decades, or even centuries. This would necessitate a hurricane 10 times larger than those we currently experience, with an eye spanning up to 100 miles across, making the walls of wind surrounding the eye the most perilous part of the hurricane. The survival of humans in such extreme conditions remains uncertain. So what does this mean for our survival? On one hand, humans are a resilient species. We've faced and overcome numerous challenges throughout our history. We've built cities in deserts, survived ice ages, and even walked on the moon. But this climate crisis is unlike anything we've faced before. It's not a problem we can outrun or outsmart. It's a problem we must confront head-on. We need to recognize that our survival is intertwined with the health of our planet. And right now, our planet's fever only increases each year. Its temperature is rising due to our relentless emission of greenhouse gases. The more we pollute, the more we destabilize our climate, and the more we threaten our own survival. While some of these scenarios represent worst-case situations, it is evident that our weather is deteriorating each year. It is crucial that we take action to mitigate climate change and protect the delicate balance of our planet. After learning about where we were years ago and comparing it to the increasing number of phenomena today, we can only speculate about what will happen to us in the future if we don't change our habits. Can we survive on a planet where deadly weather is the norm? It's a question we must all contemplate, but it's also a call to action. The future of our planet and our survival is in our hands. Not only do we hold the fate of our planet, but if we replicate our global warming on Mars, we can make it our second Earth in case we irreversibly damage our home planet. Until then, we must prevent the weather from turning against us. If you want to witness some of the wildest weather events happening on our planet today, watch the next video. But if you prefer to explore the most extreme alien megastorm beyond Earth, click on the video below